Alright guys, Rxllout here and welcome back to another quick easy video tutorial sort of thing. So this time I'm going to be talking about something a bit different, something more helpful I guess than most of my other videos, something that's very important that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's finding your own sound and style and brand. Now if you think of like Molly Raw or Pierre Bourne, they have their own sound. I mean, people can replicate it all they want, but they have their own sound that they pioneered. And if you're wanting to make your own sound and have like artists that gravitate towards you and know what they're getting from you, you can't just be making type beats all day that sound like everything else. Now you can make beats with influences from other producers, and that actually segues into kind of how to make your own sound. Like, you're not, when you're born on this earth, you're not like, you don't just grow up and be your own person instantly by yourself on your own. There's influences from other people, friends, colleagues, online influences, influences from the internet, even cartoons and everything. So with production and business, it's also very much the same as that. So for example, I am very much inspired by London on the Track, where like he's just got this very kind of dark, almost nostalgic sound to his beats that I just love. I think it's amazing. I think it's the coolest thing ever, and that's a lot of what I got inspired by. So I do beats like melodies like this shouldn't be. So I do like melodies like, also high BPM as well, 170 BPM. Like things like that. I mean, obviously it's just a basic trap melody, but that sound where it's kind of like almost like kids playing on like that's what I get in my mind when I think of melodies like that. So I think of like kids, just hitting a mallet on like one of those little xylophones or something. And I think it's just like very disjointed, kind of fun, kind of eerie, and to put like my own spin on it, because everyone does this. Everyone does kind of melodies like this. However, it's what I'm inspired by. So what I also think sounds good is, reversing stuff, like, so being played in backwards, so it's even more of a creepy vibe. Also a high BPM, so it's not just do like high energy, because I don't know if you can tell from my voice or like my persona or whatever, I've got a lot of energy like all the time, so I can, like, if I'm producing at a lower BPM, I kind of feel like it's too slow for me. Like, I don't like producing at lower BPM, so I gravitate to like 170, and I usually always produce at 170 or like 172 or whatever. And we can even boost this as well, like glitch. Now this is more inspiration that I got from The Martians. I saw him doing this kind of stuff in a video, and I look up to him, so I incorporated that into my sound, as well as I think Backmask was, I don't remember who showed me that. I think it was like someone in Internet Money, but I found that, got inspired by it, used it in a melody. So this one melody here, just that one melody has 3 different inspirations: London on the Track, The Martians, and someone in Internet Money. I don't know his name, but it's some guy doing a tutorial. Now that's 3 inspirations into one sound. Now you might be able to hear sounds like that elsewhere, but you're not going to hear sounds that are like that childlike bell, that kind of fast BPM. That makes things like that make me stand out, make my own sound, make people understand that that's me. When they're coming to my beats, they know they're going to get melodies like that. That's kind of crazy. And also the hi-hats with just very fast. Like, I was also usually like putting them in a higher octave, and maybe doing a roll at the start. Now if you're watching this and you're thinking, I've got all these things, like I've got so much stuff that make me unique that I do, or if you're thinking I have nothing that makes me unique, like I just copy other people, think about incorporating different ways of copying people. Now that sounds like, that sounds like some really snaky shit, but it's not. Like, you have to be inspired by someone, but as long as you put your own spin on it and have your own like ideas and creativity to bring to the table, then people aren't going to be like, oh, that guy's just straight copying. If you make type beats and the melodies are the same, everything's the same as someone else, then yes, people will eventually catch on that you're copying someone else. And I don't like copying people. I think you should make your own sound, and even sampling. You can make your own different sounds with sampling. Again, there is nothing wrong with being inspired, but do not copy wholeheartedly. Do not copy fully. So with this as well, I'd maybe put like a piano, just like a 2-note piano here, following the notes. Also, it's 2. The gator, I think, is probably 2. And like things that, like, I like Galaxy feel like, so I'm also inspired by like very spacey Galaxy sounds. I think the lab cook who produced Plug Walk, I remember listening to Plug Walk and I was just thinking, that melody is so crazy. Like at the start, I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but there's a melody at the start of Plug Walk where it's just like how did this guy make that melody? Like it's like something like aliens would do or something. I was just thinking that is the coolest thing ever. So ever since I heard that, I've been trying to incorporate more spacey melodies with like the main melody here. So I'm probably going to do a bad job of it at the moment, but so we can even just search. Let me think. Oh, I know what to do. So I found this Electra X Bank kind of on a whim. Like I don't even know where I found it. If I did, I would share it with you guys. But it's got it's a lot of spacey sounds. So sorry if that was really loud for you. Don't know if that even fits, but we could probably arpeggiate that or something. Where's E? So instead of that, I'm gonna just use like maybe now I want this to be a bit faster. And again, these kicks are mostly inspired by other kicks and other sounds, but I've made them again myself, my own stuff. And also very clean production as well, like very sharp hitting. Also makes my brand stand out. So you can see I'm again kind of forming my own sounds with this. Now this, just all these things, all these different things are all influenced from someone else with my own ideas and input on it. So nothing is original. You have to understand, nothing is completely original. Nothing is 100% original. No one... You are original in a sense, but you're going to always be inspired by other things like different producers, because that's the way of the game. That's how you learn, that's how you grow. But if you're copying, no one's gonna be like, oh, that guy's got his own sound. That guy is like, that's where a lot of the money comes in as well. Because if you're thinking brand wise, you're thinking London on the Track, Molly Raw, PR Bourne, they can keep producing the same kind of sounds, and people know what they're getting. An artist can come back and be like, oh, I've got this concept for a beat or like something. I know exactly what kind of producer would go well on this. And that's where big art artists will contact you like, okay, wait a minute, this type of beat is what I need, this is what I want, and I know exactly who to go to get it. And that's what you should be thinking about. You shouldn't just be thinking, oh, I'm going to make a Lil Yachty type beat, and magically think Lil Yachty's going to, you know, just grab it and be like, oh, you've made a beat just for me, wow, like, thank you. Like, it doesn't work like that. It works with brand building, it works with just people knowing what they're wanting, what they're looking for, and you being able to provide that countless times over and over again. You can make a whole EP, a whole project with someone just off of one sound, and have a whole theme and a concept. Like, take Metro Boomin and Nav's Perfect Timing album, I think. I don't know if it was called Perfect Timing, but that whole album is Metro and Nav. That sounds like Metro and Nav. You know, if you're listening to that, it's going to sound like Metro and Nav. It's not going to sound like anything else. And say I did a beat, like a project with, I don't know, Skepta or just 21 Savage, someone, you would know it's Rollout 21 Savage, and it would have a theme and it would have a concept, and people would know what that is. Think about that when you're making beats. Don't think type beats, because that, I think that's dead. I think that's slowly becoming dead, in my opinion. You might be saying that's a load of shit, like, you can't just say that. What do you know about that? You're hardly a millionaire, and all I can say is, like, think about it. Think about your favorite producers. Think about who they are. Think about what they're doing. Think about why they're your favorite producers, because they've got their own sound. They have their own style. Your favorite producer probably isn't some guy that's making type beats, unless he's extremely famous, like someone like Taz. Well, Taz isn't famous, but he's extremely successful, and he might be your favorite producer because he's successful, and that's still his own thing. That's his own sound. That's his own style. He's successful. He's very successful with what he does, and people gravitate towards that. You find a sound and you be very successful at it. I think the quote was, the Bruce Lee quote, he said something like, I don't fear a man who knows 1,000 kicks, I fear the man who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. No, one kick 1,000 times, or something like that. And that's the same thing with production. And you could see how quick I made this beat. I made it unconsciously. I made it almost instantly, because I knew the kind of sound I was wanting. I knew what I was going for. I knew the things that I like and the thing that makes my brand different. It's actually kind of hard. I didn't even think about making that. I just kind of, like I said, I went with what I was inspired by, what I like, and just put it into effect. And that's what you should be trying to do with your beats. And even if you think it sounds bad or you're not happy with it, just keep going. Just keep trying the same style. Keep trying the things that you do like, things that you do like the sound of, and take inspiration. Take inspiration and make it your own. That's the number one way to find your own brand, your own sound. And please remember this video. Please remember what I've said, because I promise you it will help. But that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. You can see my tabs open there, but yeah, see you later, guys.